to engage with the research park for quite a bit of time. It is just that, when you get into inertia of doing things on your own way, so sometimes you do not want to move here and there, but it is good that I took this opportunity, and I have bright batch of early stage entrepreneurs or would be entrepreneurs here. So I have been given this topic of, again it is very critical. The topic is understanding the target customers and value proposition. So what I have done today is I have chosen very simple and very effective frameworks for you to identify the target customers, understand the target customers, and thereby propose your value proposition, right? So when I say value proposition, value everybody understands. We say benefits divided by cost. The benefits have to be more than, so this equation should be greater than 1. The more greater than 1 it is, the better it is. So how to create that value proposition? When I say value proposition means how to create the benefits for the customer so that the customer would want to take your offering much more keenly than they would want to take for any of the competitors or any of the existing offering, right? I'll go slow because this is really important, and you can ask me, stop me anywhere, and based upon this we will have a workshop also, right? I've given the references also because the content is not my own, which means I did not research this content. We teach this content, and so I have taken from very important sources. So let's start with understanding target customers. So what I have done is I have given the 2 steps. First one is you have to first understand your target customers, what problems they face, what pain points they face. Only then you can deliver a value proposition. Now it is little in contrast with many engineers that I have seen. What they do is, I'm just talking about a few set of engineers that I know. So what they do is they would have a little vague idea of a problem, and they would start working on the product without actually asking important questions that whether the problem they are thinking is really a problem with the customers. Do the customers really see it as a problem? If they see it as a problem, are they willing to solve it? Do they require a product to solve it? And would they buy from us to solve it? So there are a lot of questions around that, but let's keep it simple. The first one is we will understand I'll give you a small framework to understand the target customers. Only when you understand the target customers, you can create your value proposition. Now, you can also do it in different way. For example, if you are early stage company, you have a product or a service offering or a solution offering, which is currently you are testing it out, and refining it. So at that stage also it is going to be very useful because you will be able to uncover a lot of pain points with the customers and therefore refine your offering. When I say offering, I am talking about their product, service or solution, whatever, right? So how we go about this is, first the step 1 is identifying the target customers, right? Target customers are the one for whom you are making this product and who should be willing to buy your product, right? Now this is one of the very, very important frameworks which helps us understand about the type of customers and who are the ones who we will engage with. Now you can customize it based upon your particular context. I'll take a few examples, but let's get started. So what it says is the entire full circle, the blue circle, is the total market. When I say market, is the group of customers who would want to buy your product for their pain points, right? So the first step is identifying the target customers. This red one is the current market, which means the organizations, since all of you I think have your startups in B2B, you will be giving to another business, right? You are not directly going to end customers, right? So I am discussing related to that, but it would also apply to companies where companies are directly going to end customers as well. So let's look at various types of customers that would help us understand and identify, first identify and understand the target customer. This is the current market. For example, so we have a startup. So let me talk about the concept first. This is the current market, which means before your offering came, whatever your product or service is, before that came, the market, the customers were using something, or they are also currently using some other company's product for doing the same thing, right? Let's talk about one of the startup is about the refrigerant system for logistics, right? Who has that here? I got, okay. So some group in the boot camp is developing a refrigerant system, logistics management, so that the fresh produce could be transported. So I think one of these startup is there. Now, before they, or when they are thinking of this idea, currently there is already certain kind of refrigerant system or some technology is there by which the farmers or agri organizations, they are engaging to transport their goods from one place to another. So that is the current market, right? So what is the current market? Current market is the agri producers or large organizations who can afford that facility of the current refrigerant system, whatever during logistics they use to transport the goods from one place to another place. That is the current market. The organization that currently use that particular logistics system having a refrigerant or some form of cooling so that the produce do not get wasted, right? So these are the current market. Who are the tier one customers? Tier 1 are those agri organizations or organizations who are also using the same transportation logistics refrigerant system while they transport their fresh produce from one place to another, but they have lot of problems. They are ready to jump the ship. They are not happy, but they don't have any other option. They are tier 1 customers. Tier 2 customers are the one who refuse, who know that they need it, but they don't use it. Either they cannot afford it or their problems would not be solved by the current offering. They cannot afford it and they think their problems cannot be resolved and the current product is complicated. And the last one is the customers, let's say they are small organizations who transport their fresh produce, who engage with the logistics system, but they don't use refrigerant. They know that they may or may not know that there is a system like that, but they do not care about that because they simply cannot afford. And many a time they don't know about that such a product exists. Right. Let me take another example from the bootcamp itself. So there is a group which is working on developing stunting procedure, right? Stunting system, right? So let's say the current market is using some kind of stunts for their, so the hospitals are using some kind of stunts for their patients. So there is a particular kind of stunts or variety of stunts are there. So that is the current market. Right. So let's say large hospitals are there. Now, who are the tier 1 customers? Tier 1 customers are those
large hospitals or mid-sized hospitals who are using the same stunts, but they have problems because either they are difficult to buy or they are difficult to, put inside the patient, or they are let's say expensive, or there could be many problems. They don't have any other option, so they also buy the same expensive, let's say expensive or complicated stunts, because they don't have any other options and they have to do that. Tier 2 customers are those one who knows that stunting is, they should get these stunts, but they cannot afford, so they don't actually buy it at all. They go for alternate procedures which are simpler, cheaper. And tier 3 are, let's say, small hospitals, who have never given a thought that we will use the stunts for procedures. So they rely on, let's say, traditional methods or simpler methods, because the stunting is maybe too expensive for them, or certain other reasons. So this is another example which we can think of about the customers. For the PCB, somebody is also working on eco-friendly PCB parts, right? Now, let's say the current market for them is, currently the organizations, the electronic companies who are asking for PCBs, so these customers, they are engaging with the PCB suppliers. So the current customers who are engaging with the PCB suppliers, the large organization, let's say electronics companies, they are the buyers, they are the current market. Tier 1 would be, again, large or mid-sized organizations who have a lot of pain points. Either the PCB supply is erratic, or the PCBs that they get are not affordable, or they have a quality problem. They don't have any other option, so they buy, but they are willing to jump the ship if there is a better option. Tier 2 are who know that they have to use PCBs, but because of certain pain points, they do not really buy it. And tier 3 are the one who may have the need, but they don't really, buy PCB, or either I cannot say that they don't know about PCB, but they do manufacture something, but they do not get into PCB. Yeah, so it's a very good example. Let's say, so they are currently into the conventional one is polymer based PCB, which are inflexible, right? So let's say the current, sorry? Oh, okay, there's a lot of contamination problem is there. So current market is the one, let's say big companies who can maintain contamination free environment at high cost. They are the ones who are using high quality polymer based PCBs, right? Tier 1 are the ones, again, large or mid-sized organizations who are again using the polymer based PCBs, but it becomes, let's say, little expensive for them because of contamination. There are a lot of problems are there, but they don't have any other option. So they are the one, again, relying on the polymer based PCB. Tier 2 is who know that they require polymer based PCBs, but because of the problems or because of the contamination they could not avoid, they do not use it, but they use something else. Is there a simpler form of a PCB? What is that?
Actually, right now they want to print it and use it, but
What is more, let's say, easier and cheaper than the polymer based PCB?
Right now people are using glass.
So let's say they are using glass based PCBs. They want to use polymer based, but because they either don't have expertise or unaffordable or contamination problems, they refuse to buy the polymer based. And unexplored are also the ones who do not know about, let's say, polymer based PCBs, and they rely on glass or other cheaper materials. So they are different tier of customers. Right. So current market is the group of customers, the organizations that are currently buying the existing offering, not yours, the existing established offering. Tier 1 are those who are soon to be non-customers, who are on the edge of tier 1, are engaging with the existing conventional established system, but they are ready to jump the ship because they have problems. Tier 2, they know that they require the existing established offering, but they refuse to buy because of unaffordability, complications, not having that expertise. The things are not simple. And tier 3 they are going on with doing what they are doing, and they do not know whether there is a current established product in the market. I'll take quickly one example of CRM market, customer relationship management software. It's an example which goes long back in 2000, in the year 2000, when the CRM market was dominated by players like Oracle. So what used to happen if a company wants to buy CRM software? So they needed to, so Oracle, which was a seller of CRM software, so CRM needed to be installed at customer location, at customer systems, which used to be pretty difficult exercise because CRM software had to be integrated with their other systems. It was difficult to run, right? And the purchase process was also very complicated. But the companies who have customers in thousands and lakhs, they have to maintain their customer relation. That's why this customer relationship management software used to be there. Right now it is also there. So in 2000, in the year 2000, so the companies selling conventional CRM software, which was a license-based product, installed at customer location, customer systems, integrated with customer existing systems. The whole responsibility of installing, maintaining, running used to fall on the customers. Those were conventional CRM products. So who are the current market that time in the 2000, in the late 1990s? The current market were buyers. The current market here I have not indicated. The current market were large organizations who used to buy the license-based CRM software from Oracle, and the cost used to go for 4 years, $10 million for 200 licenses. And the purchase process was 3 months long, installation process was 2 years long, and after that also it was not sure whether it will be successful. So the current market were large players who were buying, who were able to afford those CRM softwares, software licenses, and these were the current market. Soon to be non-customers were other large and mid-sized organizations who did not have any other choice because they had to use the CRM software because of the increasing number of customers. They wanted to maintain customer relations. So they are the buyers who minimally purchase, who used to minimally purchase because there is no other option out of necessity, but they are mentally non-customers. They know the process, it is expensive. The purchase itself is very complicated. You require, technologies to assess the offering and whether it will be beneficial. So the purchase process was complicated, used to take 3 months. Installation running would require 2 years. So they were the problems. That's why soon to be non-customers, they used to minimally engage, but they were not happy. Refusing non-customers they refused to use the industry. They were the ones who knew that CRM software exists, but they refused to buy it because they cannot. It is too complicated, too lengthy, too complicated, too lengthy, and the risk is too much because the success of CRM software for their company is question mark. And the last one is the small organizations who also have customers, but they currently use either the diary to note down who are their customers or the Excel sheet. They don't know about the CRM software market. So that was the time, late 1990s or near the 2000s. So what I'm going to talk about is Salesforce.com, the SaaS-based CRM software, how they identified their target customers using this particular, how they identified their target customers and created their value proposition. And in the process, we will also, the aim is to help you also figure out who are your target customers and how you can create a value proposition for them. So once you identify the target customers, let's say right now, you need not pinpoint where are your target customers, but you would know there is certain current market who is using an established product. There is possibility there are soon to be non-customers who are not happy, but they don't have a choice. There would be there in that particular market. There would be refusing non-customers, and there would be unexplored customers, right? So once let's say you have the idea about these 4 type of customers, this is, I would say, customer of the current established product, and these are soon to be non-customers. This is refusing non-customers, unexplored non-customers. After you identify for your industry, who are these? So this is the example I gave for the Salesforce.com. So who are the tier 1 large corporations that currently use the CRM offerings, but they have many pain points in the buyer experience and thus are ready to jump the ship if they are given any better alternatives.
While calculating the market size, so till what year we have to consider?
Yeah, so a good question. While calculating the market size, till what tier you need to consider? I would say you do not go very much into the numbers, but a ballpark figure, a rough idea of such numbers would be sufficient to start with, right? So you would have some numbers about your current market, about the current market of the established offering, which is the incumbent player, the main player, and then you would have some idea about, if you get the numbers, it is good. But the idea is that whatever the current market is, it is always a very small portion of the entire market.
Is it possible for us to get customers from the tag 3 also because of the emerging technologies and all?
So the question is it possible to get the customers from tier 3? That is possible, but before that, let's see who can be our target. So right now we have not pinpointed who are going to be our target customers, right? We have just identified that these are the customers who are currently using the established company's product. These are the ones who are using but not happy, ready to jump the ship. These are the ones who know the existing established offering, but they refuse to buy because of complications, unaffordability, and problems. These are the ones who are small players who do not know about the established offering, and they are using the simple methods, inexpensive, because the scale is, let's say, the size is small for them. Right? Once we have this idea, which means we identify various types of customers. Now, you could be So you could be, once you identify these three tiers, one, this is the current market and first tier, second tier, third tier. Once you identify these tier of customers, now you can roughly make a choice whether you want to be into the current market or you want to engage with them. See, current market is shown red, blood color, because there is already competition. You cannot fight with established companies who are big players. They have big financial, they have surplus, financial surplus. They have, established company for a long time. Processes are set. They know how to do the things. It is not good to get into the current market. But think about tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and surprisingly when I will show you how to, let's say, cater to these three type of customer, you would also see that the current market would also move towards you. But how this magic will happen? So once you identify these various tiers of customers and you have certain idea, let's say the idea is that you don't try to get into this red ocean, red pool, but you try here to find out your target. Let's say your target customers, this is the one which are using the existing technologies, existing product. Now you are a startup which is into new technology, doing new way of doing. Let's say you are using the deep tech startups, right? So new technology to solve existing problems. So which means you are actually looking at all of them. You are not looking at that. But in the process, when you are looking at them, the established market will also run towards you. Now how that will happen? So once we understand what are the various types of customers, we have to look at now tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, who are called non-customers, right? Soon to be non-customers, refusing and unexplored. Now we have to study why the soon to be tier 1, soon to be non-customers are soon to be non-customers. Why we are saying they are ready to jump the ship. Why refusing customers are not buying. Why unexplored customers have not thought about the established offering? Because there would be certain pain points, right? So what studying the non-customers would reveal certain pain points. So your customers' pain points are not constraints but opportunities. Now once you know that there are soon to be non-customers, there are refusing non-customers, there are unexplored non-customers, right? And itself the current customers market, let's count the current customers also, right? Now once we know that they have pain points, so what you do is locate those pain points in the entire journey of the product. For example, this is given a template of the buyer journey with the product, any B2B company that you would like to engage with, sell your product to. So there would be steps. One is, let's say, purchase. There could be steps before that, pre-purchase. There will be, let's say, assessment of, a long assessment could be there to see how your product is going to benefit them, their technology team, or let's say CXOs would visit and take time to read about your product. So let's keep it simple. Let's say the buyer, the companies you want to sell to, you have this journey with them. First they will purchase. Once they purchase, you will deliver. They will use. Supplements is any other product that they would require to use to make your product working. Let's say whenever we consume tea, we require sugar. So supplements is any supporting product that is required to work with your product, maintenance and disposal. This is the complete journey of the buyer with your product. Let's say if somebody is talking about the eye assessment software, right? There are refrigerant, there is PCB. So you would have this journey, purchase, delivery, use, or you could actually customize these stages. Now, on this side, what I have put is the benefit that customer generally looks at. What are the benefits customer looks at? Productivity, which means efficiency with minimum output can be achieved maximum, with minimum input can be achieved maximum output. So customer is looking to have these benefits mostly with your products. What are those benefits? Either they are looking to increase their productivity using your product. For example, with the eye assessment, they are using to improve their productivity. Let's say more effectiveness in less resources, more accuracy. Simplicity, is that simple to use? Convenience, can be used 24/7 anywhere, anytime. Risk here means whether if we buy that or if we engage in that, what are the possibilities of success? Are there any risk of not the product not working or not delivering to its promises? That is risk. Fun and image are also benefits sometimes. The image of your product, the image that their company, whether their company would, let's say, is seeking fun and image kind of experience from your product. And then social good. Social good means whether your product is, helping them deliver some social benefit. You could have more of these benefits that B2B customers like to have from your product. But these are the main benefits. The specifics of your company, of your industry, you would know. For example, for the PCB manufacturing, for the eye system, you would know what is the productivity you are talking about, what is the simplicity you are talking about. Simplicity, let's say, for the eye software is that it's very simple to use with every patient with no hassles. That is the simplicity. But let's say the current system is very you're full of hassles. What is the alternative? Let's say full of hassles. They have to be seated, remove their gear and wash their face and put 3 things and keep their eyes closed for 10-15 minutes and then only check. So let's say that is a system. But your system is more simple, right? So you put the different steps of your journey, and these are the benefits which your B2B buyers, they want to have from your product. Now at each and every stage, you write down whether the buyer is facing a problem related to, let's say at the purchase stage, purchase is not simple, you put a cross that at the purchase stage it is complex, not simple. So write down where are the problems at each stage, which means let's say for the traditional conventional CRM software before Salesforce came in, the SaaS based. So the purchase was not simple because it used to take 3 months. It used to, take so many meetings, on-site meetings, off-site meetings, technical assessment before the purchase. So the purchase was not simple, and it was also not convenient because they had to go to each other places at the customer place to see how to integrate with the existing system, whether the customer will be benefited. So you write down what all utility at different stages is absent. For whom? Both for existing market and the soon-to-be non-customers, refusing non-customers, and unexplored customers. Together, you look at, during their journey, what of these benefits, during their journey, what all of these benefits are absent at which stages of the journey. For example, this we look at again the conventional CRM software, license-based, where the system used to be installed at the customer location. Installation running used to take 2 years because of integration with existing, let's say, inventory management software, other software, HR management software. So these were the problems with the conventional CRM software, license-based, when companies like Oracle used to sell it to the large organizations and refusing soon-to-be non-customers and with others. At the purchase stage, it was not at all simple, very inconvenient, and a lot of risk. Risk was there because even after spending millions of dollars, the success probability of that license-based CRM software was very less than 30%. Delivery, again, the delivery was very inefficient because the product license-based software is delivered. It used to require a lot of learning for the installation team, for your technical team to know of how to install it and integrate it. So it was, again, delivery was not simple, it was inconvenient. Again, in delivery also there was risk whether we will be able to integrate with the licensed software, with the existing softwares. Use was also problem because the user interface, your salespeople are going to use that CRM software, your marketing team, they found it to be complicated to use itself. So use were also complicated, inconvenient, it was not simple, and because it was complicated, their productivity was down. And then maintenance, for maintenance, you need to hire the external consultants to maintain it. It was again not simple and it was inconvenient. So you identify where are all the problems for the customers, of all the customers, including the current market. Although we might need to focus more on the soon to be non-customers, refusing and unexplored, but you bring the current market also into this and identify in their entire journey with you what benefits are missing. That is the second step. Locate the pain points, because your product would succeed only when you remove the existing pain points with the 3 tier of customers and the existing market. These are the pain points. So this is the second step. What non-customers, what pain points non-customers reveal? These are all the pain points at various stages. Current market, because for CRM based licensed software, the large organizations who have a lot of money, they still bear these pain points. And soon to be non-customers also to some extent bear this, but this is painful, because a product which requires 3 months of purchase, 2 years of installation, and then also it is difficult to use and maintain. Lot of responsibility was of the customer to run it, not the seller, not the one who is giving the product, right? So after you identify the pain points for the 3 type of non-customers and even the current market, what you should do naturally?
Like after identifying the pain points, so what should we go after this? Like where we are getting more growth or what is easy to solve?
Yeah. So there are 2 things you can see. One is that you need not remove all the pain points. Remove the major ones. I would not say if you go with the easier ones, let's say easier ones are not the major. Easier ones, not only you, let's say tomorrow another deep tech startup can also remove the easier one. So rather than going for easier pain points, go for the major ones. So in the step number 2, we locate the pain points for 3 tier of non-customers and even for the existing customers. Then what happens next? After you locate the pain points, you would require to select the kind of value in your product, which means the features in your product, the design of your product in such a way that it solves the major pain points, right? That is the value equation for your product. What is the benefit you are going to give to the customer? I am going to remove those pain points. Now, which are the ones? Major ones. How to think of where I can bring new feature, or what the core feature should be of my product so that it can remove the major points. So you have to think now your offering, service or product should have certain core features that remove these barriers, these problems. How to think of those core features? There are 3 ways to think about it. You can do innovation in product or service or delivery channel. Doing innovation in product, which means you are playing with the core features. You have to fine tune the core features or bring some new features. Service, wherein service we talk about maintenance, customer service, warranties, training of channel partners. Either you have to do these things differently, or delivery platform is where the logistics, channels of delivery of your product. So you have to do innovation in either of these three platforms to unlock those pain points, to remove those pain points. Now Salesforce.com, what it did was, it chose the delivery platform. So earlier, the CRM software used to be installed at the customer site. The software was licensed, they used to be installed, integrated. But what Salesforce.com did was, they are delivering over internet. They went for cloud-based services, CRM, so which means you need to just log in. So now with the Salesforce.com software, you need not, the CRM software was not installed at customer site. So customer need not take that heavy job of installing, integrating and everything. It changed the delivery platform. Now the product is delivered over internet. You log in, you use it. No integration is required with other. You log in, you use it. So easy. So the innovation was in the delivery platform. It changed the way the product used to be delivered. Earlier the product was taken to the customer site, installed there, customer team is working, your team is working, external consultants are working for 18 months, 24 months to integrate it, making it work. Now, I changed the way it is delivered. Now I am delivering it over internet. You log in, need not be installing there. I have my own infrastructure to take care of everything. You just log in and on the internet and run it. You use it, just like we use many of the subscription-based services. So we change the way it used to deliver the service. So which means you have to bring innovation either in the product platform, which means the core features, in the service related to your product. Services are intangible. It could be warranties, it could be maintenance, it could be installation, it could be upgradation. So anything related to your product, related to servicing your product you can think of. And delivery platform, how you deliver, related to your channels of delivery, which means where the customer can access your product. So Salesforce.com chose the delivery platform to remove those pain points. Now how would you know which one to choose? How would you know? One is that which one to choose to remove those pain points, and where to get the hints that what we should do to innovate in either of these. This is 6-path framework. It says that you look across the alternative industries. Do not look within the industry in which you are going to. Do not look at your set of nearby competitors, but look at across. What are the other industries beyond your industry? What are they doing? What technologies are they using? Look across strategic groups within the industry, which means look not only to the direct competitors, but the far off competitors also. What are they doing? Redefine the industry buyer group. This is simply looking at the non-customers, not the current market. Look across complementary product and service offering, which means look at not your industry, but complementary industry. For example, let's say automobile industry. Now now all the automobiles are highly digitized because they look at electronic industry, not the. So the automobile players, they looked at complementary industry, which is electronics industry, and therefore every other car has now a lot of digitization inside it in the form of various sensors are there and something. Rethink the functional emotional orientation of the industry, just like Apple did. Very very highly customer experience sort of phone. and participate in shaping external. Look at the external trend that is changing the industry. So the idea is, when you want to remove those barriers, those pain points, you have to do innovation in any of these. Where you will get the hint that what we should do, you will have to look at the 6-path framework. 6-path framework says that you do not look within your industry. You look at what is happening outside your industry, or in technology field, what is happening that could help you. What is a trend, let's say, that is irreversible, that is going to majorly shift your industry, that can shift your industry. For example, in this case, Salesforce.com, they looked at the last one. There was an external trend that cloud-based services were more and more coming. The trend was everything was going on cloud. So they looked at that particular trend, and they also thought, let's deliver our services over cloud-based platform. Once they deliver over cloud-based platform, what happened? All these pain points were gone. Right? So I'll come one by one. So after you identify, look at the complementary industry. For example, let's say when you are talking about refrigerant system, they would have looked at electronics industry. The eye assessment, they would have looked at software, AI, right? So look at the alternative industries, what they could actually help you to innovate in either of these, so that you could remove many of these major points. Once you identify that, the fourth step is how to, once you have decided which platform to innovate for value, once there is some clarity, then you have to design the offering, product or service, exactly what features I should have, what should I not have, right? So there is again a framework for that. So how do you do that? We already have identified these pain points. Identify the features that are part of this stage that result in these pain points. What are the features related to purchase that are not keeping the purchase process simple or making it complex? What are the features which are making delivery complex or inconvenient? What are the features that are making use convenient, inconvenient, and so on? Identify those features and then use the 4 actions framework. What is this 4 action framework? It says you have to do 4 things. Eliminate, reduce, create, and raise, which means eliminate those features which are creating major pain points. Either eliminate or reduce. Raise those features that currently customer desire. Let's say for the Salesforce.com, the customer wanted easy user interface, but it was very difficult. So raise the level, increase the user interface, and create new features also. What were the new features? The new features that they got in, we will see. So once you have to design the offering, exactly what features to bring in that selected platform, you have to go back to this, identify the features that were resulting in pain points. With those features, you have to eliminate, reduce, raise, and also create new features. So what, for example, Salesforce did was, they eliminated these features: software requirement of installation at the customer side, infrastructure investment of the customer, maintenance cost of the customer. So these were eliminated. What were raised? Ease of deployment, usability, reliability. What was reduced? Purchase cycle, setup time, high-end product features were reduced. They also reduced the high-end product features because the soon-to-be non-customers, refusing non-customers, they did not want high-end features. They wanted simple features that could, main core features, not the extras. So they removed the high-end product features. Because one of the problems with the soon-to-be non-customer, refusing non-customers was also the affordability. So if you cannot give high-end product features and also low cost and low price, so you have to remove high-end product features. And then they created a subscription-based model and ubiquitous access, which means you can access anywhere, anytime, 24/7. And test before purchase. You can also now test it, whether it works before purchase. Earlier, you cannot test it. You use it, pray to God whether it works. Now you can test so test before purchase. So simply if we try to put it into, this is called strategy canvas. It is nothing but these features that we identified, these are put here, and this is the traditional software on these features. If it is high, put high, low. So for example, infrastructure, this is software requirement was high, infrastructure investment was high in the traditional CRM. So all that is given. Now Salesforce.com, what it did was, it eliminated these things. So you see, eliminate, it reduced purchase cycle, high-end product feature setup time. So you see Salesforce.com reduce the infrastructure investment, software maintenance cost. This is eliminate the infrastructure investment, software maintenance cost, reduce the purchase cycle, and usability it increased. Ease of deployment, usability, reliability it increased, and what it created new was subscription, test before purchase, and ubiquitous access. So this was the traditional industry offering, and what they did was, they did this. They created this, which was for soon to be non-customers, refusing customers. But what actually began to happen was, the current market also started coming to them. Because current market had also these pain points. They also started running towards them. So in that process, they eliminated all this. They eliminated all this. So this is one of the very, very effective framework for you to look at how you can now tingle, change your offering, change your product or service, so that you remove these pain points. But you have to follow this stepwise. You have to start with step 1, step 2, step 3, and you have to work with the customers to identify their pain points. Sometimes they may not tell you, but you have to stay at their location to understand. Let's say the refrigerant system, logistics, so you have to go with that logistic team to places, let's say for a week, and identify what are the pain points, then talk to customers also. For the eye assessment, you sit with the doctors for a month and see what are the problems they face and so on. Then you will identify, and then you will be able to refine your offering more and more. So this was the most effective one. There is a little simpler one also to design the value proposition, but though this is a more simpler one, that is a effective one. This is a more simple one, which says if you have to have a unique value proposition. So value proposition may also not be unique, which means, let's say, we had, we all use toothpaste, right? A company bringing in saying it is haldi or neem. That is the value, new benefit they are giving. That is the value proposition, right? Which means they are giving one extra benefit. But today, if Colgate is giving, neem extracts, Pepsodent can also give tomorrow. Patanjali can also give tomorrow. Himalaya can also give tomorrow. There is no use. If you just give a benefit, just wait for 1 month, Himalaya, Dabur, Patanjali, they will also bring anything. Just adding 2-3 things and saying that this value proposition. That is one way of. Then there is another way which is more effective, having a unique value proposition. Now, unique value proposition, which means how your value can be unique and unmatchable. It can comes with 3 legs of the triangle. You can say you identify either unique customer groups, not the ones which are currently targeted already. For example, Walmart. Walmart, when it started, there were already discount retailers, but they were located in major cities, and they were away from the small towns by 4-hour to 5-hour drive. So what Walmart chose was unique customer groups. I will not go into big cities because there are already discount retailers. Let me go into small towns. So the customer groups they selected were unique. With small towns also, with 5 lakh population or less than that, they went into small towns. The land was cheap, the labor was cheap. It would support their discount retailing. They went there, and So they targeted unique customer group. They did not fight with the existing big players in the cities. Either go with the unique customer groups or target unique customer needs. Right? So unique. For example, Sensodyne is the toothpaste that is for sensitive teeth. It did not fight with every other toothpaste saying that it will remove the, it will make it more white, give you self-confidence, but it identified a separate section problem that sensitive teeth, let me go for sensitive teeth. Unique need, which nobody else is going for. The third one is what relative price. So what does this mean is, there are many products in many industries that are standard. Standard means, let's say 2 decades before, there used to be 2 or 3 airlines. And let's say so there was a standard offering, which means the seat was pre-assigned to you. Seat was pre-assigned, baggage fee was already included, and there was let me take the example of in America, what used to be there for the airlines 2-3 decades ago, there was no choice for the airline travelers, but one kind of ticket was there, standard price, which means you have to anyway pay for the baggage, pay for the seat selection, pay for the meals, whether you like or not, because this is standard offering. Then what happened? The players came, like Southwest Airlines, they said, we will, so let's say for a particular location, the airline fare used to be $64. Southwest Airlines came in the lower end of the relative price, selling the same ticket at $15. They said, we will not pre-assign seats, just like you get into the bus, whichever seat you get, you take it. We will not charge you for baggage, which means we will not charge you while booking the ticket for baggage. The more you are bringing the baggage, the more we'll charge you. So they removed the baggage fees, they removed the meal, they were not providing meal. So what they did was, many features of the standard products, the customer did not require. They cut off those features and reduce the price. So either you go to that, which means a standard product is there, which all customers are using, but some customers, they do not want to use all the features because it is irrelevant. Cut those features and simplify that and reduce the price. Salesforce.com. Standard product, you have to install 18 to 24 months, millions of dollars. High-end product features, we don't require it. Cut down all that, simplify. The other one is, people are willing to pay more price. Let's say, again, standard airline, the meals are there, baggage, pre-assigned seats, but there are rich people who wanted to travel in business class and more comfortable, but they also did not have any choice. So an airline started providing business class because higher end, because people were willing to pay that. So that is also a part of unique value proposition. So which means you choose any one leg of the triangle which is unique, and other things will be automatically decided. So that is a more simpler framework, but I would suggest you to go for this one, which is very elaborate and would work for both B2B, B2C. That also works for B2B, B2C. But this is incomplete because there are many things. But this is the complete one and more simpler one, very effective. So how much? What is the time right now? 20 minutes. Sorry. 20 minutes is there. What is the exactly what is the time? 10:40. 10:40. Okay, 11. So 9:30 to 11 is it? Workshop right now, right? Or workshop is 11 to 11:30. Okay, so I think after I give this boring lecture, we had to work out related to these concepts. So attention everybody, thank you so much. So I end the session here, and please, you are working out on whatever we discussed today. I'll share these slides because this will be very useful. I'll keep the slides. I think here these slides are there. So work on the ideas discussed because very impactful to design your value proposition.